Okay, I figured out my key to success, now I'm locked in. I learned how to open doors like a locksmith. I'm uptown, I'm the one they wanna shop with. Run off with the bag even though we don't shoplift. All that gun talk y'all want, I'm not with. It's not cool, everybody got them long clips. You gon' mess around and get one of your dogs hit. And when you do, I hope you know you're not John Wick.
What up? Welcome back. Appreciate you locking in with us. It is Halloween, so
Halloween. And I'm back.
And DK's back. Well,
we're both back.
We're both back. Yeah, it's three weeks.
It's been 3 weeks, man. We were closed all last week.
Yeah, and then I had some like personal things. I can't remember why did we? Oh, all right. So the first week I had work get in the way. The second week my dog died. This past week
I was out of town.
And the academy was closed.
The academy was closed. We were doing some construction in here and painting and cleaning and all kinds of stuff going on.
So it feels like it's been so long.
It has, dude. And another thing is while we have been out, let's see. Let's check our we reached 1,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did.
And which is kind of crazy, and
it's a little milestone for us.
Yep,
for sure.
We're at 1,002.
1,002?
1,002 subscribers. It looks crazy on the thing. We have 95 videos on there, man.
Wow.
95 videos total on our. Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, realistically, up until the past 3 weeks, we've been pretty damn consistent. Just life got in the way. And, as much as we love to do the podcast and we enjoy this, there's things that are more important. So we had to take care of those.
I mean, we still don't get paid for this,
Yeah, well, right. It's just, it's basically a hobby for us right now.
That's what Megan says. She was like, you had a new son born and you just picked up a new podcast hobby? I'm like, yeah.
That's funny.
Anyways, Halloween. What's everybody being? Yeah. Are you dressing up or no?
I don't know. I have a radio event I have to do tonight. I had one last night. I dressed up last night. I don't know if I feel like.
What were you last night?
I don't even know, man. Like I got a couple different things.
I
put on some shorts, some old like high top shoes, and some high socks. I have a big old fake handlebar mustache.
So almost like you were
like a 90s. I was like a 90s stepdad. Somebody said I look like you just got to play Ben Stiller. Remember when he did that old Disney movie like Fat Camp?
Yes.
Somebody said I look like him.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
But yeah, it had nothing. What about you guys? You guys what is Woody going to be?
Woody from Toy Story.
Oh, nice. And you're going to be Buzz, aren't you?
Buzz, yep. So nice. we went to Disney World last week. While we were closed, and we went to they have a Halloween party out there that you can do, and I dressed up as Buzz. And
nice. What did Megan do?
She was the alien from Toy Story.
From the claw machine?
Yeah, the claw machine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where are you guys going tonight? Just around the neighborhood?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Jordan, Jacqueline, their daughter's going to come over, and be pretty cool, man.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, besides it being Halloween, we had a pretty interesting week last week. So let's talk about that.
KFC Prospect Series.
And not only that, Austin's fight, and then all the guys that competed in Charleston.
It
was a good week, man.
It was definitely, a very action-packed weekend. Obviously, I can't be two places at once, so I drove back from Orlando on Saturday, drove straight to my house, changed the shirt, came straight to the venue for the BKFC. And man, it's crazy that the BKFC Prospect Series, if you guys haven't checked that out yet, you should definitely check it out. It's really neat. They do little gloves, but kind of like bubble gloves in a lot of amateur shows. So like people have ever seen, it's kind of like an MMA hybrids. Glove, a hybrid. Yeah, it's got the bubble on the end of it that adds a little bit more protection, but they're still in there banging each other out, man. It's crazy. And so we had one dude did that. Jackson.
Yep.
Whitley, who's on the thing. When did we release Embedded?
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah,
So this past Monday, you guys can check that out and see Jackson on there. But it was really cool being in the corner with him. And dude fought a guy that had already
like 4-0, I think.
4-0 in the BKFC Prospect Series, I guess, already. And so it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Nick taking his, listen, it's only an exhibition, but it was still cool to see, man.
Yeah,
it was cool to see him scratch that itch.
Yeah.
He definitely scratched it.
Yeah.
And
I was telling him, I was like, man, you were in the moment out there, dude. I said, I could see it in your face, when you got into the ring, you were like enjoying that moment. And that's really awesome. That's probably the first time he's fought in a crowd that big.
Yeah, and some fighters you'll see before they go out, their nerves are starting to get the best of them. They might not like question themselves, but they're having those weird thoughts, right? I don't think Nick had that.
Yeah, he was like
he knew what he was gonna do the entire time, and there wasn't an ounce of that dude was just he was
locked in.
Yeah, he was excited too, man. So that was cool to see.
Yeah.
Then obviously Jeremiah's fight in the co-main, it was a good scrap.
I knew he was going to finish that fight in the first round. I told him he was going. I was like, dude, this is first round finish, man.
Yeah, and he did. Was it knock him down 3 times?
3 times in the first round, man.
Yeah,
and that's 2 minutes.
Yeah,
2-minute round.
Man, it was a good night. And then Austin won his fight in 30-something seconds.
Yeah, Austin Coleman fought a dude. Austin's 4-4 as a pro right now, or 5-4 now. But before going into that fight and fighting a guy 3-2, and good at guillotines, man. Like the guy's won a lot of fights by guillotine, and so he was thinking that Austin was going to shoot in, thought he was going to take him down or whatever, but he just knocked his ass out. Yeah. Level change 3-2. Hit him with that 2, cleaned it up. Really nice. Slumped 35-second knockout, man. Awesome. And then we had guys 4 or 5 guys compete at Charleston Open.
Yep.
Had some win gold, had some win silver. That was it, gold and silver.
Yeah, I think a lot of them double medal too.
Double medaled. Yeah, I think everybody double medaled. We got 6th as a team for that, which is only 4 or 5 guys. Yeah.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, and a lot of the guys, I think Rob has a blue belt, Masters 1, or I think is what he is, Masters 1 or 2. He went from always 500 in the world all the way down to 50 or 70 something in the world after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sick. Right on, dude. And then when we were backstage at BKFC, we were watching the UFC fights.
Yeah. The Holloway and Taporia.
Yeah, who you picked? You picked Holloway to win.
I picked Holloway, man.
So why?
Holloway's last fight, I was just like, all right, he's going out here and putting it all out on the line. He knows his career is, I wouldn't say over.
He's on the way out.
He's on the way out. Yeah, I think he knows that, and so he's going out there and just putting some bangers on. I feel like this fight going in, he just couldn't get things going. He was throwing great combinations, but so was Taporia.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He was piecing Taporia up, man.
Yeah, I don't know if this, don't quote me on this stat. Somebody had said it to me. I guess Holloway had thrown 200 strikes in the first 2 rounds or some shit like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anybody else who does that is going to be tired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Taporia was ping, ping, ping. He was getting tagged a lot, but I mean, his I just think his punching power is too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think his punching power is just on another level compared to Holloway's, and you saw that in the fight.
Yeah, and you know, now that I think about it, it might have been 200 strikes total in the first 2 rounds. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he probably didn't land 200.
Well, no,
Yeah,
for sure. He
definitely
didn't do that.
probably
But to
threw
throw
200.
200 in 2 rounds is still a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's say he threw 100 strikes in the first round. What can we? What's that? 20 a minute.
Yeah.
20 a minute. That's not a lot.
That really isn't a lot. Now you break it down like that. Maybe that was a correct stat. I don't know. I just didn't want somebody to be like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, it's probably is, but yeah, 20 strikes a minute. You know, that's we could break it down. Even
That's an
further.
incredible pace, though.
Yeah, that's 1/3 of every minute you're doing something.
Yeah.
So the rest of the minute you're not doing anything.
True.
So you could throw.
Don't quote me on that math, bro.
Breaking everything down, compounding. I do that with my daughter, man. I tell my daughter, I said, my daughter plays college softball, and I'm like, you know how much better you could get if you went to the cage and you hit 100 balls off of the tee every day, and then you do that for 5 days out of the week. That's 500 extra balls a week. Mm-hmm. That's 2,000 extra balls a month. Mm-hmm. That's 24,000 extra balls you can hit a year.
You know who you just reminded me of?
Who?
I don't know if you've seen the video, but there's a guy, it's like my day goes like this. It's like midnight to 6 a.m. That's my first day right there.
Oh,
and then he's like, and he goes, when it's all said and done.
Ed Milet, dude.
Yeah, and he's like, so when it's all said and done,
he's
stack
like,
that up over a month.
days.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
And then the dude makes he's like, you know what? I'm gonna kick your butt, man.
Yeah.
Like, because every day is a minute, man. Actually, that's what that reminded me of. But yeah, I mean, it's a good point. And you, whenever you, I guess, lock in on something, you have a very obsessive personality with that, and I can tell because of like hearing you talk about just shit in general, but say things like that too. So
I used to do 100 kicks on the back.
I was about to say, I bet you had some like ridiculous sessions where
man, it would just be me.
Man,
me by
those
myself.
were those the Sumter days?
Sumter days. I was in Alaska when I was stationed in Alaska. I had
what else is there to even do there?
I had a heavy bag in my basement. And I mean, cheap heavy bag. It was like I bought it from Play It Again Sports for $100. It was an Everlast bag, and took it home. It was a boxing bag, and took it home, hung it up in my basement. And I stayed on base in Alaska, and it was really weird. We didn't really have a basement. It was like the first floor you walked into. You had to walk up the stairs, and that was your living area up there. But if you went around the corner into another door, it was like an unfinished basement almost, right? Yeah. I mean, it was the same size as upstairs. So I hung a heavy bag in there. I put a TV. I made a little man cave, right? And I had a little DVD. I think it was a PlayStation 2. Was it 2 or 3 that you could play DVDs on it?
The Blu-ray? I think that was 3.
Whatever one that was.
I think.
I had.
I was an Xbox guy.
Oh. I am now, even though I don't play. But anyways, so I had that, and so I would put on instructional videos. So I'd put on instructional videos, and I'd watch those as I hit the bag and different things. Or I'd find something I like, and I'd just, boom, I'd practice it and practice it 100 times. 100 is like the magic number, right? Like, people's like, oh, man, I did 100. Yeah, but... So it's just 100, you know. I mean, you can do 10 sets to 10. That's 100, right? 10 sets to 10, 100, you know. And so I would do that in Alaska. And then Sumter, it was more about strength and conditioning. You know, I would just train a lot of strength and conditioning there. And then when I moved here, it was back to the basics. It was just, I had a lot of time, right? Like my day was I was a full-time fighter when I moved here. I got out of the military after 12 years and moved here. And so I would go in the back, and I would go and hit the heavy bag for an hour. And so I would do 45 minutes straight 5-minute rounds. So I'd be on a bag for 5 minutes, and I would practice one combination for 5 minutes. A minute would go by. We'd have a minute. I'd have a minute break. Shadow box. Go to the next bag. Might be a speed bag. Might be a double M bag. Might be the uppercut bag or a headbanger bag, which is just headshots, you know. Practice one combination, 5 minutes. Minute shadow box. Next bag, 5-minute combination. Just that one. So it might be a wall mount bag where I'm like practicing, stuff. Combination. Always combination. I practice that for 5 minutes. Move to the next bag. 5 minutes. Shadow box for a minute. Move the next bag. 5 minutes. So until 45 minutes was up, which is end up being an hour pretty much after, you do your 5 minutes with a minute break and different things, close to an hour. And, that's what I would do, at least once a week. So it was, you just think about what my opponent's doing, man. And I, watch videos of my opponent, and I want to capitalize on their mistakes. It's like Alex Pereira, with the switch left high kick.
Yeah.
How fast that was against Yuri.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Yuri? Yeah, it's Yuri.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. By the way, he was in town last week.
What?
Yeah.
No way. For what?
I don't know why. We thought he might have been showing up to the BKSC thing, but he posted. I don't know. Is it Beast Boxing? Have you ever heard of that? I guess he was there.
Really?
Yeah. Well, we were closed.
That's right, man.
So he had to go somewhere.
Yeah, he had to go somewhere.
Guess.
Wish he was shot us a message.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Most people do. Most people shoot us a message when they want to come. Kenny Florian, Bobby Southworth.
Bobby's such a cool guy.
Yeah, really cool dude.
I
hate that I wasn't here for that one.
Yeah, well, we'll do it again someday,
Yeah. Who else? Cameron.
Oh,
Cameron Shane.
Trayshawn's been here too.
Trayshawn. Yeah, he's getting ready to fight soon,
Trayshawn Gore,
man.
yep.
About time, though, huh?
Yeah.
Too bad he can't fight Bo Nickel.
Right.
Bo Nickel's he's gone, man.
Yep.
The only way, that fight's probably not going to
I
happen.
wonder who they're going to match him up with next. Does he have a fight?
Bo Nickel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He fights.
he?
He fights in 2 weeks. He fights Madison Square Garden, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I literally just saw it this morning. I can't remember the guy's name.
How about the Hamzat Whitaker fight, dude? Did you see it? Whitaker's Jaw? I'm sure you did.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
And that's what happens, with the squeeze, dude. Well,
apparently it's a reoccurring injury for Robert Whitaker.
Wow. Really?
I read that he had, I don't know how it happened, but I think that same thing happened as like a child. And then something happened to it again, and he said that it wasn't like 100% healed before that fight or something along those lines. Shit. But that is crazy. When you saw like his 3 teeth in the front, they were pushed back. So it's like the squeeze. It was so fucking hard.
And he went, and oh man.
I mean, essentially that was the same thing that Khabib had Conor in, right?
Yeah.
Now people that talking all that shit about Conor tap into that. And you see what it did to Robert Whitaker's jaw. That shit hurts.
It does, man.
It might not be a choke, but it fucking hurts.
It fucking hurts, man. Anything, when somebody's got their arms wrapped around their head, they're fucking trying to squeeze that thing. Take a watermelon, right?
Yeah.
You wrap that thing up in a rear naked choke, and you try to squeeze it until it pops. We should do that one day.
There's no way I'm going to pop it, but you might be able to.
Maybe I definitely can.
Yeah, I can't do it. But also, it's not like that, Hamzat had like a gable grip or anything. Like he had that shit was locked in. And
locked in.
It was, it was tight. And he did it quickly, too. I mean, Robert tapped quickly, so that had to have happened fairly quick.
Man.
It was a good night of fights, though. I mean, those weren't the only 2 good fights on there.
Man, yeah, just all in all, man, this past weekend was crazy.
They had that one banger where dude's face was all fucked up, and we were at the hotel watching it, and we were like, man, his fucking orbital's gone. No, just soft tissue swelling. That's all it was.
Dude.
He had no broken bones.
Yeah, usually when your shit starts swelling really bad, it's something's broken.
Yeah.
But
apparently it was just soft tissue. I've never seen it like that. Maybe Joanna. that one time she looked like an alien, like she looked like Roger from American Dad, dude.
So let me tell you a story, man. I'm gonna tell you a story about a fight that happened with me.
Okay.
But this is a street fight.
Okay.
Me and some friends of mine, we just got back from Iraq. And my buddy's getting out of the Air Force, getting out of the military. So we go to, this is like November timeframe, and we're in Alaska. We go to a bar, obviously, right outside of, in Fairbanks, Alaska, which is, there's an Army base in Fairbanks. We were about 15, 20 minutes down the road at the Air Force Base. So we're there, we're partying. It's like college night or where, because there's college in town too. And, you know, we're drinking a little bit, nothing crazy. And about that time, man, you know, my buddies start leaving. It's just me and the dude that's leaving tomorrow. He's flying out on a fucking plane home. He's getting out. He's out. He's done.
Yeah.
So this was like his last hurrah, you know? So we were like hanging out, talking to him. And I don't know if you remember like Lil Jon and East Side Boys, obviously, right? And the crunk music.
Yep.
Just all that stuff was, and Mike Jones.
Who?
Yes. 3-3. What's
3-6 Mafia?
No, what's his phone number?
Oh, I don't know.
3-3.
I know like how
330-8004.
I couldn't remember like the number, but I remember.
I can't remember the first three. Anyways, old school. This is early 2000s, and so I'm just standing there, you know. This song's going, you know. We're just chilling. I'm just chilling. I'm feeling a little tipsy, you know. And it's just me and my buddy left. Everybody else is gone because they're being responsible.
Right.
And they got work the next day. I have to be at work at 5:30 in the morning, but I'm still out.
Yeah.
And so, hanging out, dude looks at me. He's like, fuck you, or whatever. He has a Corona bottle. The only bottle in the whole bar
was in his hand
that has glass. That was glass. All the other ones were plastic, except for the Corona bottle. Takes it and flings it at me, dude, right at my face. Boom, hits me across the face with this beer bottle. I mean, out of nowhere, dude. Like, and so I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, we started fighting in the bar. You know, the bottle had fell and on the ground, and like, you know, and I was slipping and I fucking caught myself, cut my finger, so I have a scar, split my finger open. They kick us out and we fight outside. It's snow on the ground, ice, everything, man. This dude had some guys or whatever. Well, we ended up getting in our car, and they come over our car, and they're trying to rip the door off of the passenger side. And I see that, and I'm like, fuck. I jump out of the car, I run around, and I start fighting these dudes that are trying to...
You guys are like Homer Simpson in the chicken, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's going back and forth.
They had already pulled my buddy out of the fucking car, and it was a couple of them, several of them, and they're punching him, kicking him, everything, man. And I just start fighting people there. They like grab me by my shirt. I come out of my shirt. It's November in Alaska.
Yeah,
it's fucking cold, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't like here in Myrtle Beach. So I'm just I'm fighting them off and everything. And finally somebody, you know, my buddy or the dude that hit me with a beer bottle, he's like on his hands and knees, right? Like trying to get up. Somebody, don't know who it was.
Was it me?
It wasn't me, because I was standing there looking at him. Comes out of nowhere, dude, and kicks that kid.
Like soccer kick?
Soccer kick.
Damn.
Man. Right in the face. And it's over, bro. Like, we just get back in the car. But my buddy's face, he looked like an alien, man. His sides of his face were he looked like a orangutan.
Dang.
On the side. Yeah, man. It was so swollen, bro. It was bad. Dang. It was really bad, man. And he had to like get on a plane the next day, leave.
Oh shit!
Go home. He's from Frederick.
Have you ever been in that position where you're on, you know, you just got done with a fight and you're like, well, plane or just I'm sure you've been in this position, just anywhere in public. You're like, fuck, these people are gonna stare at me and think I'm like a.
Well, it was anytime I fought, a lot while I was in the military. I mean, and I would go in the next day, or so I'd fight a Friday or a Saturday. I'd go in on Monday and I'd be fucked up. And they'd be like, "Oh, did you win?" Like, or yes or no or whatnot. There's like, or you're around base and you're like, "Damn, man, who kicked your ass?"
Yeah, right.
And it's like, dude, nobody kicked my ass, bro. I was in a fucking fight.
Yeah.
Like you get hit one time, dude, you're gonna get some kind of mark.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bruise or
especially those little MMA gloves. I used to get hit a lot with
the knuckles.
The knuckles, dude, right there, especially in training. So before they started making the bubble gloves, guys would just wear MMA gloves.
Yep.
And
you throw like a hook or
they
something.
They throw a hook in their fingers, dude. I've been split open so many times, man,
Damn.
from that.
Yeah.
And swollen too. If you whack it, it's like, man, boom, pop up with a knuckle from a knuckle hit on your bone, So it's really easy to get swollen up and get really fucked up.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Jay coming out of his fight, no real marks. I mean, his hands were swollen.
Hands were swollen.
I think at first he thought that he might have broke his pinky or something.
He thought he broke this one because they were like pushing around. He was
and that's in the embedded as well. He's like,
He's like, wait, no, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. But no real injuries for him. So I think he wants to turn around and fight again soon.
Yeah, I think they're doing another BKFC series in January. Right? Yeah.
You think
so? If you guys can, check it out. They only have like 3,000, almost 4,000 followers on Instagram. But if you check it out, man, it's gonna be I think that's gonna help with the BKFC.
Oh, they have their own Instagram and shit.
Their own Instagram.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they don't even. The BKFC doesn't even share anything about the prospect series.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like,
So I don't know what they're going to do the next time they come here, or if they're going to try to do it bigger and more bare knuckle fights. They sold. I mean, it looked like there was at least 3,000 people in the crowd.
Yeah, there's about 3,000 or so people.
So I don't know exactly what the gate did or whatnot, but
a lot of those people paid like $100 a ticket.
Yeah.
And then you got the tables that were like $1,200 a table.
Yeah.
All those were sold out.
Yep.
So it was a good event, man. Prediction. Now, next week we're going to have White Boy Nick on, who's Nick Juretic. Maybe watch his fight, and you guys can talk about that. But do you think Nick's going to fight again?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he'll do it.
I do, too.
I think he'll too. Yeah.
I do, too. And that would be so fucking fun to
I think
see.
he'll do it again. Yeah, he's 31 now.
Well, it's not like even 31. Like, obviously he's trained a lot, but he's in shape too.
Yeah, he doesn't slack off.
No, so it's not like he has to get ready. Like it's kind of cliche, but he stays ready, right?
Stays ready, so you don't have to get ready, man.
Right.
Yeah, and that's just the way. That's the way it should be, man.
Yeah,
that's the way it should be. So, I think it'd be awesome for him to do it. I think he's definitely going to probably stick to boxing. It'd be cool if he did the prospect series thing. That would be pretty neat, right?
Who knows, man? Like, if he fights again, they might be like, "Hey, dude, how about you take the gloves off and come and fight some bare knuckle?" Do you think he would do that?
I don't know, man.
I don't know if he would do that.
Especially with he'd probably do it with the.
I'm sure he would with the bubble gloves. Yeah. It'd be cool to see him getting involved in some stuff like that. And I think we will. I think he scratched an itch, and they made a monster out of him.
Yeah, man.
White Boy Nick.
White Boy Nick, man.
But yeah, so we'll have him on the pod next week. Go watch the embedded.
And go vote. Like, this is one of the most important elections ever. Like, this will be my first time ever voting, dude.
Really?
Ever. I'm 41 years old, bro.
I can't say that.
I've never, ever voted. Ever.
Neither have I.
And I want to. Like, I want to vote. I need to vote. You need to vote. Everybody needs to vote. I know what South Carolina's going to do. I'm just.
I don't think the vote would matter
else.
here in South Carolina. We already know it's it's always
Yeah.
going to be a red state, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
But it's just, we need to just drown the polls
Yeah.
with red.
I can't vote. I can't do it.
Why?
Just because, man. I don't want if
That's the way I used to be, man. That's the way I used
it's
to be.
like
But it's like,
I
you
have such a
can't have
fear
an
of being
opinion.
part of the problem, dude.
Me too. But you can't have an opinion if you don't vote, right? Like that's
No, I can.
you can, but you're not voting, so it's like
Yeah. Well, I don't vote because I don't trust any politician.
Me either,
I don't
man.
care who they are.
Yeah, me
I
either.
think they're all liars.
Me too.
And
I think there's a bigger person in charge, like bigger group of people,
yeah.
you know, that kind of run the deal, run the show.
Yeah.
you know?
The puppet
So,
master, right?
Yeah.
But all right, yeah. So Nick on next week. Go check out the Embedded. You want to take us out?
When's Ethan going to be on?
So we shot one yesterday. I don't know when I'm gonna drop it. Just kind of kept it broad.
Yeah, Ethan has got Fury match
Yep.
this Saturday.
Yep. This Saturday.
Fury grappling. So he'll be that'll be on UFC Fight Pass. He's fighting another black belt. So that'll be really good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Joe Selecki's on there too.
Joe Selecki, Pat Sabatini is on there, fights in UFC as well. Several, I think, there's going to be several UFC guys on there.
Nice. Are you going with him
Yeah,
for that?
Yeah,
Word.
yeah. Langley Air Force Base hangar again.
Hopefully
Hangar.
they have him coming out of what kind of plane was
He
that?
came out of a C-130 last time, so I don't know what Langley has.
That would be sick
but,
though.
Yeah, but I know that Langley's got F-22s as well.
Nice.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Anyways,
out.
thank you guys for locking in with us. Short episode today. Getting in and getting after it. And make sure you guys check out the BKFC stuff. Check out, the Fury Grappling card, UFC Fight Pass. That's this weekend. And just keep following us. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Send it to your friends. We're over 1,000 subscribers right now. And we want to get 100,000 now. So, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
dude,
100,000?
I can't even imagine it.
Can you imagine the feet people at 100,000?
Made me want to hide my feet now. Dude, if that ever happens,
God.
that idea you had before the pod, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We'll keep it a secret.
Yes,
But
keep it a
if
secret.
that ever
I got an
happens,
idea.
we're going to do that. It is going to be a hit, dude.
Oh, man.
All right. Till next time.
Later.